Hey guys, so today we're going to share a little bit about how you guys are going to level up and make more money in your life. So I'm going to show a little bit of a story of a person right now. I'm going to show it on the flip chart and I hope that you guys can follow along the way. And my intention is by the end of today, I'm going to share with you guys how you can go out there to make a lot of money in a systematic way. So let's just get started. I'm probably talking to a lot of people right now who are actually currently in a job. So if let's say for example, you are one of those persons right now and you're actually going to go to work, this is probably how your life actually looks like at this moment. You're going to go out there from work to get some salary coming in. And from this salary coming in, most of the time you're going to go out there to get some savings. And hopefully what you're going to do right now is you're going to get enough of this savings coming in and hopefully get a huge amount of what we call egg nest. And from this, you're going to go out there and hopefully this will create your retirement fund, right? This could be anything from your EPF or from your savings that you're putting into your bank, getting you a very small amount of money from your fixed Ds, and hopefully you accumulate enough of this that you can pay yourself back once you stop working in your life. Right now, if this is the way you're doing things right now, I want to kind of level you up to level 2 at this moment. So let me give another 5 minutes to share with you another way how you can get to become a millionaire a lot faster. So here goes, all right? So step 1, I'm going to share a couple of things with you guys first. I'm going to now tell you that there's 2 different types of money that's actually coming into your life and how you can benefit when you understand this right now. So first things first, this thing over here called salary is actually money that's coming in on a monthly basis. Now because of its reoccurring amount of money, this over here, my friends, is actually known as cash flow. Alright, and the second thing over here is this savings is actually an accumulation of money that gets bigger and bigger, and therefore over here is what we call capital. So what you want to know right now is you want to master how you're going to get more cash flow or capital coming into your life rather than just your job. Because if you're depending on this, I can guarantee you by the time you retire and you quit your job, or if something bad happens to you, you're not going to get enough money to survive. So here's step number 1. The first thing you want to do right now is you want to consider going out there to get an alternate source of cash flow coming in, and that, my friends, could be in a business. So what I would recommend many people to do in order for you to make more money in your life is just to get out there and do a business. Now, what does a business do? Basically, a business will also generate its own income or cash flow, all right, by getting more turnover, right? And eventually, this would then get you guys to come out there to get your profits coming in. And profits basically is more like your savings. So this, my friends, it's your capital. Right? So this is one of the ways of how you can make some money coming into your life, but this is not all. The other way of you going out there to make more money is basically by going out there to take your savings and then put it into something called investments. And this, my friends, is another way how you can actually generate some sort of income coming in. And from investments over here, you can either take that money that's coming in from your business, or you can take your money coming in from your savings, okay, and you can go out there to get something called assets. So everything over here, as you can see, is you're replacing your time which you're working in a job for something else called a business, your time in a job to get into investments, to get for assets, and when these assets go out there and start accumulating its money on something called ROI, so basically it starts to generate certain kind of interest compounding. So this kind of interest usually is anything from 6% all the way to 12% per annum. And once that's generated you back that money, it flows back right in here. And this, my friend, is where you can get your cash flow coming in for you to retire on. So this is how I would recommend you guys to come in to actually do your investment. So let me explain this to you guys again. What I'm trying to share with you right now is that there's 2 sources of income that you can actually go out there to focus on rather than just your work, because a business basically creates you a little bit more dynamics of cash flow. Basically, in other words, you can scale yourself up. You can do 1 business, 2 business, or you can do your business to expand it even more to make you even more money than your salary. That's number 1. But number 2, just making more cash flow coming in. Your money is still stuck in the banks. And what I always tell people to do is to take that money out from the banks and go into something called investments. Same over here. Take your money out of the banks. Don't put it into the banks right now, because think of it this way. If you have saved $100,000 today, 10 years later, the $100,000 is not going to stay $100,000. It's going to shrink because of inflation. right? And because of all this coming in, that $100,000 can be only worth maybe $50,000 because money has halved by then. So what I always tell people to do is if you're busy running a business and making more money, which is good, or if you're going out there having money in a bank, okay, and saving it, take both this money in the business and take more money in the bank and put it into something called investments. Now, what does investment do? You're basically converting all this extra cash that you have right now into something called assets, right? And assets basically locks the value of the money. Say for example, like in a simple thing called gold. Now you all know and we all know that gold is basically one of the best assets to go into because it basically doesn't depreciate in value a lot, right? Yes, there's ups and downs, but usually years after years, gold doesn't lose its value. Now another asset class that you can actually go into is something called properties. Properties is also another asset class which is very steady and it actually gives you a bit of cash flow coming in as well. So now, if you come into assets, I always ask you to do two things. Buy an asset that's got good value coming in, like a piece of land or gold, but I also want to come into something called income generating assets. IGA. And what does income generating assets do? They actually give you ROI, return of investment every year. Now, what does that mean in simple terms? Income generating assets are basically when you buy that asset, it actually gives you back money, okay, consistently on a monthly basis or yearly basis. And I love those kind of assets. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples of some of those assets. Number one, you could get a dividend paying stock. A stock that you buy in today for let's say $1,000 and maybe it gives you, it pays out dividends of 5% every year. So you get back about $50 coming in every year. Or you could buy a property and a property may cost you about $300,000 to $500,000, but it gives you a good rental coming in of about 6%. So maybe it gives you about $3,000 coming back, and when you pay off your installments, you make an extra $1,000 or $2,000 extra dollars coming into your pocket while you are keeping the asset. So this is, my friends, one of my favorite type of asset classes. And if you know how to do this well, what happens at the end of the day is that you could not have any of this coming in, and basically what happens is that your entire money is coming from this side of flip chart, coming back over here and giving you what I call passive income. And that, my friends, is how I would love most people to retire on. Money coming in from your assets and your business rather than from your savings. Right? So if you like what I shared with you right now, please do click like and share or comment what you think about what I've shared. And if you want more information about it, stay and follow me on this channel so I can tell you how you can build more of this in your life and get you to retire with passive money in your bank account. All right, till the next time around, see ya!